Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today, I will be reading The Cat's Reader by Banana X Reader Extra Love to Give on Tumblr. So let's get into it. You loved being around Katsuki. That was just your norm. The two of you had been dating for a good month now, and you were always by his side. You thought that everything was perfect, but you could not have been more wrong. You should have known that Mr. Katsuki and hate PDA Bakugou really valued his space, and you should have picked up on the small annoying noises he made whenever you clung to him. But you didn't. It just didn't come into your mind. Not until that day. Everything was going normally. It was a beautiful fall day, and the leaves had just started to turn color. A few people in your class had decided to gather up and go to an amusement park that had just opened up. And of course, you were excited to go. Even more so when you knew Katsuki was going to be there. You had gotten dressed into your favorite comfy clothes. Perfect for an amusement park date. You quickly pull your phone out as you head to the meeting place with everyone. Bakugou, you're going to the amusement park, right? I'll see you there. You send it. And sure enough, in a few seconds, he reads it. But he does not respond. You blink a bit, figuring he might already be there and be in a conversation with others. And sure enough, you were one of the last people to get there. You happily go over and wave to everyone. Sorry for the wait. And you smile excitedly when you see Katsuki who looks away from you with a small annoyed disc sound. You hug his arm and smile so brightly at him. Ready to go, Katsu? But then you frown, seeing annoyance in his eyes as he wraps his arm away from you. Stop being so damn clingy, Ryan. Can't you do anything for your damn self? He snaps, and a soft frown sits on your lips as you stare at him in shock. He yelled at you, pushed you away, right in front of everyone. Kachan, that's a little harsh, don't you think? Chico tries to reason with him, making his way over, and Katsuki almost looks like he regretted it for a second, seeing the pain in your eyes. But suddenly, his gaze turns into one of annoyance. Whatever. I'm going home. He grumbles, huffing in annoyance. He shoves his hands in his pockets, and then he walks off. You look down at the ground, fighting back tears. Lion, are you okay? Midori asks hesitantly, and you nod quickly, not wanting to worry your friends. Yeah, I'm alright. I forgot something at home. You quickly turn and run back to your house before you couldn't fight back the tears anymore. And you end up crying a storm when you get home. Unfortunately, you could not just hide at home for the rest of your life. After all, you still had to go to school. So you make your way to school the next morning, looking like normal. But instead of waiting for Katsuki, you make your way right to school. It appears they didn't want to wait for you either, since he was at the gate of the school. When you got there, he had his arms crossed, but you kept on walking, trying to ignore him, and you smile happily when you see Araka a few feet ahead of you. Wayan, he starts, but you run past him. He pauses, stunned that you were not running to him as you normally did. By now, you would be clinging all over him. Everyone knew the second the two of you got to class that something was wrong. Katsuki looked even more pissed than normal. and you had the star of sadness around you. Anytime someone went to try and talk to Katsuki, he would snap at them before they could get a word in. He even snapped at Raizawa, which of course got him detention, to no one's surprise. But out of everyone, he kept glaring at you, his gaze so intense that almost everyone in the classroom was distracted. You somehow did not even seem fazed by the intense glare. Just working on different schoolwork, Katsu ended up storming out in the middle of the class, making you feel a bit guilty. But this is what he wanted after all. Right? A week passed. Tensions were high in the classroom, though we had not officially broken up yet. It sure felt like it. Katsuki would get mad at everyone. Poor Midoriya. Bearing the brunt of it. That was actually what most of your fights are about. How badly I had been treating Deku. He knew that he was better than that, and he was lashing out like an upset child. Honestly, you were not sure how Midoriya managed to put up with it after all these years. Katsuki snapped at you once, and that was enough. Still, you could not believe a whole week had passed. Had the two of you actually broken up? Even he did not know. But you just wanted to give him the space he so desperately needed. You had not spoken a word to him since, just avoiding him as much as you could. But of course, during class, he would be staring at you. After class was the first time he tried to talk to you. Mayan, he says, and grabs your arm to stop you. You turn and glare at him, but at least you stop walking away. What do you want, Bakugou? You have out, and you could feel the rest of the classroom watching the two of you intently. Listen, Mayan, I wanted you to be less touchy, not avoid me entirely. He grumbles out, refusing to look at you. You huff softly and cross your arms at that. Then, you didn't need to yell at me and embarrass me in front of everyone. You grumble angrily, pulling your arm free. Honestly, you were not sure how you put up with him before. Now everything he says just seems to infuriate you. You clearly had stunned him as he just glares at you for a little while. Well, He glances around, seeing that everyone is staring at the two of you, and he growls and takes your hand, leading the two out of the room to the dorms. You follow after, just wanted to get this over with. Listen, Mayan, I... He glances away, debating on what to say. You wait for him to go on, crossing your arms again. I messed up, he mutters softly, glancing down at the ground. I thought I hated how touchy you were. I thought it would be better if you stopped, but it just annoys me more that you're not near me, he says, and sighs softly, gently taking your hands. I miss you, Mayan, he whispers sadly. You look at him, studying him, to see if he was telling the truth. This was the first time Katsuki had been so open with you. It honestly was a surprise. I have missed you too, Katsuki, but if you ever do something like that again, I'm dumping you. You have out, but happily hug him. Maybe now that he was honest with his feelings, he would be able to explain them a little better. The rest of the class could not have been more thankful that Chibi had sorted out your problems. The next day, you were happily snuggled into Katsuki's arm, like nothing had happened. But the two of you did bicker from time to time. It never got serious, and you would always sort it out. You had come to understand that it was a bit harder for Katsuki to be so open with his emotions and affection, and you were aware that you could be a little too clingy. But with some time, the two of you will learn each other's preferences and know how to balance everything out, just the way it's meant to be.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.